Back with us here on Trading Hour, shifting focus to all things commodities, and Manisha Gupta is now joining in with emphasis on the topsy-turvy crude oil prices. Manisha, good morning.
Oh, well, yes, it has been topsy-turvy. That's the best way to explain it, really. What we are looking at in sense of crude oil prices right now is 2% of gains in the overnight market. And if you look at the Asian markets right now, there's a bit of a gain, as you can see, trading into the markets there. But even with these gains, the Brent is just about holding 62. And when you look at the U.S. crude oil prices, they are still trading around that 59-60 mark between those ranges. Well, the U.S. has imposed newer sanctions on Iran now. Remember, we've seen exports and various sanctions on individuals and companies as well come in on Iran. Now the U.S. says that any country that buys oil from Iran will not be allowed to do business with the U.S. And that is something that seems to be bothering the bears in case of crude oil prices. And we've seen some premium come in sense of buying there. Apart from that, Saudi Arabia also says that they are not willing to prop up prices by cutting any more production going forward. Remember, Saudi Arabia is a big chunk and a part of OPEC and allies, and they are going to be increasing production by 411,000 barrels per day starting 1st of May. And there's a meeting of OPEC and allies on 5th of May, which will talk about further increase in production for the month of June. So that is something that will keep the prices capped at these current levels there. Well, apart from that, the gains in U.S. equity seems to be weighing onto the markets as well. And then you have the dollar index, which is back above, trading at $100 rather as a point, and that is weighing on many of these dollar denominated commodities. Well, the first quarter GDP numbers coming in from US were on the weaker side. So has been the case with consumer confidence numbers in US, PMI data, factory numbers from China. All of that has been on the weaker side, will continue to weigh onto the markets. For the longer term, slightly, the markets do believe that you could see further pressure coming for the crude oil prices. But for today, it is going to be about the U.S. non-farm payroll data that would give you the near-term reactions.
Thank you very much for that. Let's move